I have an important, either a PS to make here, and I'll tack it onto a video I made a little while ago about being wise as serpents and harmless as doves, or I might make it its own video. And it's on Don't Say Thank You. The difference between gratitude and thanks. I'm referring to prayer. Of course you say thank you appropriately in society. But in your prayers, if you say thank you, you're separating yourself out from your source. One of the biggest challenges we face, especially those of us that are the prayerful sort, I've always said I'm in love with God, in love with Source. Not the God of the Bible, but the God of love, the God that I find is prime creator. And gratitude is something that we as light beings will often feel. It just happens. And in prayer, it was a significant transition time for me, not to externalize a God, to either pray to for help and assistance. I had to get used to calling on my own higher self instead, realizing that if I wanted help, it was the greater I that was going to have to provide it. And that was quite an adjustment, because we get used to feeling subservient and dependent on an external concept of divinity. And it's a worthy adjustment to make, to recognize our own internal divinity. Divinity is not external at all. We are that. Not in its wholeness, but we are that. And so I felt lost for a while. It was hard. It was painful. I felt cast off and all the rest of it, while the whole thing was morphing, while the beliefs were being restructured, the work ongoing in the garden of belief. This thing with gratitude is a big one. It'll seem subtle to mind, but this isn't a mind thing at all. What I have found directly through my own experience is that to say thank you is to externalize God and put it away from you. And so your consciousness can only rise so high that way. It can rise higher if instead you participate in gratitude, which, if you block the thank you from coming out and just be with the feeling, it's very intense, and I find it to be rather like what makes the sun shine. It's a joy of being that radiates, that's so intense and so powerful, and it doesn't need to be directed anywhere. It just is. And so for those, who might find this useful, I'll put it out there. I guess I'll make it its own thing. Good day.